Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a new episode of Great Books in 10 Minutes. In this video, I will be analyzing Hamlet by William Shakespeare. If you have not watched my summary of Hamlet, you can find it on the channel or from the links in the description box and the pinned comment. For centuries, William Shakespeare's Hamlet has captivated audiences worldwide due to its masterful portrayal of the intricacies of the human condition. This play explores themes such as revenge, madness, and the nature of existence, providing a deep analysis of the complexities of human emotions and experiences. At its core, Hamlet is a tragedy that narrates the story of a young prince who grapples with overwhelming grief and anger following the murder of his father. The play is renowned for its multi-layered and multi-dimensional characters, especially Hamlet, whose introspective and contemplative nature has earned him a place as one of the most iconic literary figures of all time. Hamlet's struggle with his place in the world and the ethics of revenge are explored throughout the play, ultimately leading to a dramatic and devastating conclusion. Hamlet has stood the test of time and remained a timeless classic due to its ability to resonate with people from every era since it was written. The play's exploration of human emotions and experiences, such as grief, revenge, and existential angst, remains relevant to this day, and its complex and multidimensional characters continue to capture the imagination of audiences worldwide. Moreover, the play has been a treasure trove of material and discussion for students and scholars alike, providing endless opportunities for interpretation and analysis. Hamlet's popularity and significance are a testament to its timeless relevance, and it continues to be regarded as one of the greatest works of literature and drama in history. At the beginning of the play, Shakespeare portrays Hamlet as a disillusioned and melancholic young man who is struggling to come to terms with the sudden death of his father, the King of Denmark. Hamlet is deeply disturbed by the fact that his mother, Queen Gertrude, has quickly remarried his uncle, Claudius, who has assumed the throne. This situation is made even more complicated by the fact that Hamlet is a deeply introspective character who is prone to philosophical musings and existential angst. As the play progresses, and after he is visited by the ghost of his father, who reveals that he was murdered by Claudius, Hamlet becomes increasingly obsessed with the idea of revenge. This revelation sets Hamlet on a path of vengeance, as he becomes fixated on the idea of killing Claudius in order to avenge his father's death. Hamlet's obsession with revenge takes over his life, leading to a decline in his mental and emotional state. While Hamlet's actions drive the play forward, we cannot overlook the impact of other players' actions and their role in facilitating his eventual downfall. The appearance of the ghost of Hamlet's father significantly impacts his behavior. The argument that the ghost could be interpreted as a figment of Hamlet's imagination and the fruit of his hatred for his mother's quick remarriage and his suspicion of his uncle's role in his father's death is simply not supported throughout the play. Shakespeare masterfully validates Hamlet's suspicion and gives a multi-dimensional aspect to the character of the ghost of Hamlet's father by including the prayer scene, where Hamlet overhears Claudius confessing to the murder of his brother. Additionally, conclusive evidence that Shakespeare intended for the ghost to be a real character is the fact that he was also seen by other characters in the play, like Horatio, who was the one who gave the news of the ghost's apparitions to Hamlet. Claudius's actions throughout the play have a substantial impact on the events and contribute to the tragic end. His decision to murder King Hamlet in order to usurp the throne, using Hamlet's friends and Polonius to spy on the young prince, manipulating Laertes to take part in a staged fencing match against Hamlet, and sending Hamlet to England to be executed, all contributed to intensifying Hamlet's drive for revenge. We can argue that Ophelia's rejection of Hamlet may have played a role in his emotional instability and eventual downfall. As the play unfolds, Hamlet's love for Ophelia becomes increasingly strained due to the political and personal pressure he's facing. Ophelia's rejection of Hamlet is a pivotal moment in the play, leading him to become even more distressed and unhinged with erratic behavior and violent outbursts. Furthermore, Ophelia herself could also be seen as a pawn in the game of Claudius and Polonius, who manipulate her into spying on Hamlet and ultimately contribute to her own tragic end. Hamlet's relationship with his mother Gertrude is complex and fraught with tension. While he deeply loves his mother, he is also angry with her for marrying Claudius so quickly and believes that she must be complicit in the murder. This conflict comes to a head during the pivotal scene where Hamlet kills Polonius in Gertrude's chambers. In this scene, Hamlet's words reveal the depth of his emotional turmoil and internal struggle with his mother. He admonishes her for betraying his father and dishonoring his memory and legacy, and repeatedly compares his uncle unfavorably to his father. Ultimately, Hamlet's relationship with his mother is a tragic one, characterized by a mixture of love, anger, and betrayal. As the events of Hamlet unfold, the corrupt environment of the Danish court takes its toll on those who are caught in its web. Eventually, Gertrude falls prey to her own ambition and corrupt behavior. One could argue that if she had taken Hamlet's advice, which he gave her in the same scene, to repent and leave Claudius, she would have survived her tragic end. Gertrude's death is caused by drinking poisoned wine that was meant for Hamlet, and this act serves as a metaphor for poisonous and corrupt environment of the Danish court. This is just one example of the many ways in which the play highlights the destructive nature of ambition and revenge. At the same time, the relationship between Hamlet and Laertes serves as a foil, highlighting their differing motivations and actions as they both seek revenge for their father's death. Laertes is impulsive and quick to act, while Hamlet is introspective and struggles with inaction. This contrast underlines the differing approaches to avenging their father's deaths. Their relationship reaches its climax during the fencing match in the final act of the play. Claudius masterfully deceives Laertes and asks him if his father and sister were dear to him, or is he only a sad painting of sorrow. Laertes willfully agrees to choose the dishonorable way and accepts Claudius's plan to cheat in the fencing match and wound Hamlet with a poisonous sword. During the match, they both end up getting wounded with it. In their dying moments, Laertes reveals the plot to Hamlet, and they forgive each other, with Laertes absolving Hamlet of his responsibility in his and his father's death on the condition that Hamlet does the same. In conclusion, William Shakespeare's Hamlet is a multi-dimensional masterpiece that offers a rich tapestry of themes, characters, and symbols. It is a play that demands close attention and careful study, with its intricacies and nuances requiring analysis line by line. By taking the time to explore the play's many facets, we can fully appreciate its complexity and depth. From the exploration of human psyche to the examination of political and social institutions, to fully understand Hamlet is to engage in a process of discovery, one that reveals the richness of Shakespeare's craft and the relevance of his themes. In short, the study of Hamlet is not just an exercise in literary analysis, but an opportunity to deepen our understanding of ourselves and the world around us. Very well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me in this literary journey. I hope you found my analysis both enjoyable and thought-provoking. I strive to offer a unique, out-of-the-box perspective on the subjects I explore, acknowledging that they may differ from mainstream interpretations. Remember, you don't have to accept everything I have shared. These are simply my personal thoughts, shaped by years of learning and passion for literature. If you would like to support the channel, consider becoming a member. Liking, sharing, and subscribing. Your engagement helps keep this literary conversation alive. Until next time, keep reading and exploring the world of words.